What?
Ideally, yes.
I love. Yeah, well, yeah, tequila. Well, we're gonna have a few of those in Vegas in short order, my friend. The first round is on me. BYU for me. I'm in total agreement. I've fallen head over heels for this team over the last month. The fact that I'm laying only 2.5, 3.5 right now, a bet MGM against VCU. Give me that all diggity day long. Why? I'm a numbers nerd, and you guys know I love the advanced data and the metrics that are out there. This team, according to Bart Torvik, over the last 30 days, number 4 in the nation in overall efficiency. They're also number 4 in adjusted offense efficiency, number 18 EFG offense. They're a little bit suspect defensively at 143 in EFGD, and they have to definitely play with composure against that pressure defense of ECU. Again, still has some of that Shaka Smart fingerprint all over it from back in the day. They're turning the ball over too much. It's got to play perfectly in VCU's hands with some of the sprint on opportunities. But this team has been a bucket in their last 8 games. They're shooting 59.4% from 2 and over 37% from 3. Richie Saunders, it could be that dude, maybe the next Jimmer Fredette. So, look, I think they're going to win at least a game. You mentioned the elevation and, obviously them being adjusted playing games in Provo. So, yeah, BYU, I'm going to lay with them. That is my favorite bet out of that foursome.
Yeah, I think this is where BYU gets the biggest test in the first weekend, because the way that VCU matches up with BYU is something that can give them a little bit of problem, right? VCU leads the nation in effective field goal percentage defense. They're top 30 in the country in forcing turnovers, and where BYU excels is in shot making, right? They shoot a ton of threes. They make a ton of threes. They're top 30 in the country in 3-point field goal percentage. They take more than 48% of their field goal attempts from beyond the arc, right? They're not great when it comes to protecting the ball and avoiding turnovers over a full season. If you kind of look at it in a shorter window, what's happened in this run when they've won, I think it's 11 of their last 14 games, right? That's where they've improved. They've improved with their physicality. They've improved getting to the offensive glass. They've improved defensively, and they don't turn the ball over as much anymore. And those are the things that you have to do that will help you against a team and a program like VCU. I have all the respect in the world for Ryan Odom. He is the guy that was the first ever coach of a 16 seed to pick off a number 1 seed. I don't think that he finds a way to be able to do it against BYU. I like the Cougars in this matchup as well, Brad. The first evening session, Tennessee laying 19.5 to Wofford. Kansas laying 4.5 to Arkansas in what could end up being one of the more fascinating matchups between 2 Hall of Fame coaches and 2 teams that are absolutely dreadful. Texas A&M against Yale. I got a little spoiler on that one. And then Missouri laying 6.5 against Drake. I'll save my Texas A&M Yale take for the end, but give me your favorite play here in this window, Brad. Is there anything that you absolutely love?
I took Arkansas plus the 4.5 immediately against KU. Hunter Dickinson is going to go out and get his, right? He's probably going to get 25 and 15 like he normally does, but it's all about the guard play. And Kansas has a sketchy guard play. So Juan Harris is going to step up. Some other guy in that backcourt actually going to bring even a B- level performance. I have my reservations about that. Arkansas, pretty decent defensively, only giving up 0.963 points per possession in their last 30 days. Yes, they have been kings of inconsistency on offense. My eyes have still not recovered, nowhere close to impeccable vision after what I witnessed against South Carolina late in the season, where they shot like 18% in the first half of that game. But they are capable, of John L. Davis is getting downhill. And spread the love around, and Big Z actually shows up and performs at a decent level. They have the goods, they have the tools, they have the characteristics of a team that can definitely win a game here in the NCAA tournament, especially over just a wildly mediocre Kansas squad. Again, I just don't trust that backcourt at all. And the other takeaway in this window
Hold on.
Yeah.
Real quick before you go. You're sitting here saying that Kansas is wildly mediocre and saying that you're
wildly mediocre
on Arkansas.
And so is Arkansas, but they're getting 4.5.
And John Calipari, I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. Bill Self's one of your own. You're an Eli guy. What are we doing?
He abandoned us. I don't care. Like that train is way down the track at this point. So Bill Self, go ahead and go out and lay an ostracized egg.
Coach Cal, when he's a 2 seed and a 3 seed, loses in the first round of the dance. And now you're saying as a 4.5 point underdog, as a 10 seed with a team that underachieved more than anybody else this season is going to go out and beat Bill Self? Ryan, come on, man. Back me up here.
Oh, come on.
So I'm not a Kansas guy. It's kind of like my like running gag for like the last decade plus on radio. And I'm not a big Bill Self guy, but to defend your point, right? Like that Illinois team doesn't even go to the national title game because those were all Bill Self players, not Bruce Weber players. But I gotta agree with you here. So I like Kansas, and I'm considering maybe a Kansas Sweet 16 price. And I mean, I don't love this team, right? But they defend. They've been the biggest disappointment in college basketball this season, I would argue. They were the preseason #1 overall team. Hunter Dickinson, like they have a bunch of vets. That's the only reason I can make the case for this team and the way that they defend. And I'm with you, Rob. I don't trust Cal when we get to the tournament. This Arkansas team, I don't know what to do with them, but